Peace, family. I hope you guys are happy and healthy and doing well. I just want to share with you guys what we are doing in the garden because we're going on a trip. We'll be gone. Well, we're leaving today. We'll be gone all day tomorrow, coming back late the next day. So I am in my garden every day. I live in Houston, Texas. It is over 100 degrees most days this summer. And I still want to make sure that I come back to a garden that is alive. So I thought it would be nice to show you guys what I'm doing to prepare my garden for our absence. It's supposed to rain, but if you live anywhere near Texas, you know that it never does. Like, the weatherman lets us down often, like throughout the year. So I can't rely on it raining. I'm going to act like it's not going to rain. And if it rains, that'll be extra. So the first thing that I'm going to do is take a look around my garden and see where I need to add mulch. And what I'm using for mulch right now, you guys know, is Free Leaves. So this is my newest bed that I've planted. As you can see, around the plants that I put in, there are leaves. Of course, the wind moves it around and stuff. A plant died here, but I did put some seeds here. So I have seeds and I have young plants that are doing well, and I just don't want them to miss me. And so I'm just gonna take leaves and make sure to give them extra protection, and then I'm gonna water everything deeply, and hopefully, you know, this extra protection, especially around the planted plants. And see, what I want to do, I like to soak around the plant here, all the way around, because when we think about watering, it doesn't have to be like watering directly on there, watering the stem. You want to think about giving this plant access to water. It has roots, so it needs to go and find the water. And if you're watering nice and deeply around this plant, it's gonna go in and it'll find its water, and it going deeper helps not dry out so as fast anyway, because the younger they are, the closer to the top their roots are, and so the faster they will dry out. So I've got my little peppers here, doing good so far, but they're young, and I definitely don't want them to dry out. This one is a cantaloupe, I think. So let's make sure this baby is happy. It looks happy so far, and I'm happy. I hope you guys are happy too. We had a long, not so long summer. We had a tough summer. We looked up and our summer was almost gone. We are a homeschooling family, so just like a teacher or an administrator, I'm already kind of back to work as far as trying to plan curriculums and trips and, you know, co-op things. So we are going out of town, like, you know, down the street in Texas anyway, a couple hours away, to a water park. Maybe I'll share some pictures with you guys. But the food in the garden does not take trips. So, and I'm so grateful for all of the free resources that I use in the garden. It really, really helps me. I don't think I'd be able to garden in Texas. I mean, I could buy mulch, but I'm trying to learn how to be sustainable and not always rely on outside sources. And so everything that I can do that doesn't cost a whole bunch of money is valuable to me. So I'm gonna grab the hose and we'll come back and water this in a minute. Another thing that we need to do before we leave is harvest anything that looks like it's going to be ripe before we get back. So, my beautiful Sun Gold cherry tomatoes have a couple of nice blushing tomatoes. I'm gonna take this one. It's barely blushing, but I want it. And this one looks like somebody ate him or is eating him currently. I hope not. Dude, don't be in there. No, maybe it was a bird or something. But that's what we got. Just a little harvest. Because I don't want these to over ripen. I don't want any animals to eat them while we're gone. They belong to us. So I now am in the process of deeply watering everything. As you can see, these are dripping, but that's good because you need to have drainage. I mulched them really good, watered them in really good. If it doesn't rain, hopefully that deep water is enough to keep them good until I get back. So let me keep on watering, and I'll see you in a minute. Peace. Okay, family, so the last thing that I did was moved anything that looked like it was getting too much sun. I think my strawberries definitely have been getting too much sun. Like 2 of them died. So I trimmed them. I trimmed the brown parts, or most of the brown parts off of them, moved them over here. And also you can see my grapes look like they have been getting too much sun. So all I did was move them slightly over. They were here and now they're kind of like, you know, on the side going towards my fence. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with this area, if it's going to be wood chips or rocks or what, but I definitely want to be able to fit even some skinny beds. Like if I just put a skinny bed right here and put those 2 grapes and trellis them along the fence, I think that'll be great. I didn't want to just drop everything in the ground as soon as I got here, because see, now where I had the grapes, it was too hot in the summertime. And so before I put stuff like that in the ground, I really want to observe. So over here you can see it's kind of empty because it's pretty sunny. Everything is watered deeply, everything nice and mulched, and I do hope that it rains. So before you go out of town, make sure you have a good mulch on your garden. Make sure that you give it a very good water, or you have a plan for somebody to come over and water for you if you have a neighbor or somebody house sitting for you. We got to go drop our dog off next. That has nothing to do with the garden, but just saying, if you have things in the greenhouse, remember that stuff is not going to get rain, whether it rains or not. So try to make sure that you prepare for that. Like I'm going to have to water this sweet potato at least a little bit. She doesn't ask for much and she gives much. So what I think I'm gonna do is back and show you guys what the garden looks like. You guys will discover with me together what everything looks like when I get back, and hopefully this worked. Let us just all pray. And let's gorgeous Barbados cherry, because I just cannot believe the amount of blooms, you guys. It is giving me life. I didn't even know if I was going to get any, and I still don't know, but oh my goodness. Like, this is what life is about. You guys be blessed. I hope you are also spending great time with your families, and I'll see you soon. Peace. Kalahari.
Oh, I see the slide.
Yay, water
1,000 feet. Your destination will
be. Who's awake? No, Mia's not awake.
Is that some registration?
You're excited.
Yeah.
Tomfoolery.
You're excited back there.
It's a tomfoolery.
Peace, family. So we are back. We've been back for a few hours, but I haven't done anything to the garden. I haven't watered anything. I really haven't looked out here. I kind of looked out the window like, ooh, y'all not dead, are you? But I wanted to save kind of the walk around to show you guys. So let's see if my garden preparation worked. So far I haven't noticed anything. So my babies still look great. Like the tiny babies, I'm very happy that they are still doing well. Ooh, it's super windy. These are doing well too. It's not even dry at the bottom of this one. So far over here it's looking pretty good. My grapes that I moved look good. Trees and sage and all that stuff. Still, I mean, the strawberries that were alive are still alive. He looked thirsty than the mother sucker. So he's thirsty, and I'm not surprised because it's in a grow bag. And just for you guys that don't know, grow bags dry out the fastest. That's okay because I'm normally here every day, but he's probably thirsty. What I'm probably gonna do is, it's time to fertilize anyway, so I'm going to fertilize. See, he looks a little rough. They're feeling it, but they're not dead. This one was already dying, so he doesn't count. Time to fertilize anyway, so I'm going to do that this evening. I'm going to fertilize and just like really deep water everything so they can just cool down, soak everything up before morning. So I think it's gonna be okay. I'm excited. Live, this is my, you know, newest planted bed, and these are the smallest ones that got in here the latest, and they look great. He looks bigger. They're doing well. Look at my loofah. He's climbing. My trees look pretty good. I don't see anything dead, but I see a lot of thirsties. These melons are thirsty. And if you're wondering what I'm stepping on, my husband decided to get a pool. So y'all can just scratch that, leaving space to run around. Like they ain't gonna be in the pool. It's hot in Texas. These look thirsty. You know, not too bad, but you can tell like, hey, we missed you a little bit. This one looks worse, and I think, oh look, I forgot to put leaves on top of this one, and the container is smaller. So the smaller the container, the more, or the faster that container will dry out. So you can see like the other, like this pepper looks thirsty. Even that eggplant, he looks kind of thirsty, but this one looks like way worse. So I might sit him in the water, or I might just go ahead and decide to move him because I've been thinking about moving him anyway. Oh, look at this. This wasn't here when we left. Oh, it's looking blurry, huh? That's beautiful. I wish y'all could see it with the light going through it because it's so pretty. Okay, y'all can see the grass was growing while we were gone. He looks a little yellow, but he was looking a little yellow before we left. So maybe just some, I don't know, fertilizer or something. He still looks great. This is my cantaloupe. Looks like he's grown a little bit since I've been gone. Since you've been gone. Cucumber looks good. That watermelon has been struggling, as we know, and I think it's just so small that it still just blows in the wind everywhere, but it does have some new growth on it too. So I'm just gonna try to love on everybody, you know, tonight, and I think most things will be okay. We got new turmeric popping out, and this is my black turmeric. I can tell because it's got that little stripe, so that makes me super duper excited. Ooh. Again, the smaller containers are going to dry out the fastest. Looks like I lost a tomato in here. I probably lost a few. I'm pretty sure the squirrels or whoever noticed I was gone. Overall, guys, I feel pretty good about the way that I prepared my garden to be gone. I put extra leaves down in here as well. I didn't show you guys everything, obviously, because that would take forever and different angles and stuff. But some of my beans are dying. This one, he looks like he really felt it. Actually, he's not dying. I just need to pull these leaves off because he's got some healthy ones there. That one died, but my beans have not been having the best time this year. So maybe it's too hot for them. But look at my little pepper baby. This is the first pepper plant that I've ever grown from seed. I'm so excited. It's a violet sparkle pepper, so it's going to be purple when it's time to harvest. This tomato looks the thirstiest, and it is the one that got planted in this bed last out of all of them. So I think that's probably why. These other ones probably have deeper, more established roots. But I think he's going to be just fine. I did plant some seeds in here, not before we left, but a few days before we left, and I think I watered them good enough because I can see that they are starting to pop out. I hope you guys can see too. I know all my leaves make it very distracting, but I need those. That's my mulch, and I think it did its job, so I'm very happy. Even my little basil, my small pepper, those things are still alive. They have the most shallow roots, so I think that means we did pretty well. Let's check out everything in the greenhouse. Hope nobody's living in here by now. Oh, I can see the sweet potato took the opportunity to start really expanding in here. But my seedlings mostly look alive. This guy looks like somebody got to eating him. There's still water in that container, which is good. And nobody looks dried out. That's all I wanted. I just wanted them to stay alive. Now that I'm back home, I can baby them. Look at this baby. He lives in here. Can y'all see him? Hey! How you doing? That's great. Okay, so the lettuce. This lettuce was already going to seed. You can see it's dry, like it felt it. Sorry, I need to zoom out. But at this point, I only wanted the seeds from it, so hopefully I can at least get that. And like you see, like I said before, see, this is a grow bag, and they dry out a little faster. But the lettuce was already on its way out. So I don't really see anything significantly, you know, going downhill. This is a cutting from that. It actually broke off and I planted it there. So I was babying it before I left, and I will baby it again. This coleus only got in here maybe 2 days before we left. So I don't know if it's gonna live. It's a little cutting, but I hope it does. I'm gonna baby it. Key word here is baby. Look at these. I can see this carrot is not doing well. These are probably too small. I may have to, I want to add more soil and stuff here anyway, so it'll be fine. It's just like come and rework it a little bit. And I knew that seedlings or things that are very young, you know, didn't have the best chance, but I've got my beans over here still popping out, looking good. Overall, guys, I will call this a success. Most of our food is still alive. I didn't try to make it a garden tour, so I didn't hit every single thing, but hopefully I was able to show you guys the things that I worked on and how they are doing, just to give you an idea of some things to think about when you are going out of town. Don't forget your garden. This stuff is alive, okay? So when they get too hot, they're gonna fall out, pass out, you know, they die. Plants can be very dramatic at times. So just as you take care of your pets, you find somewhere for them to go or make sure they're fed and stuff, think about your garden the next time you go out of town, and your food will appreciate you for it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I've got to go shampoo my hair because we went to an indoor water park. We had so much fun. My kids are clean, but now I got to clean myself up. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace and blessings.